Asia is the biggest continent in the world, and as such, it is arguably the largest history in terms of certain civilizations that have built it up, from a place of horsemen and giant walls to futuristic cities that have technology that would boggle the minds of those that lived there in the previous eras. And because the land is so vast, there are many places to go and visit, to the extent that some of these places are so well traveled that they can get very expensive. So allow us to show you incredibly expensive getaways in Asia. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 9. Macau. As the Vegas of China, Macau is known for its fantastic nightclubs, casinos, mega shopping centers, and booze. Additionally, you enjoy Michelin-starred meals in the city for a hefty price of several $100s. In addition to the flight costs, you can expect to spend at least $200 a night just for a mid-range hotel, and 5 times that amount for the truly spectacular arrangements. And if you get tired of the malls and casinos, you can spend your holiday watching the House of Dancing Water Show, which features special performances during certain times of the year. Tickets are $80 a person, but the enchanting display on the water is truly magnificent. And if you think about it, it makes sense that a place like this is so costly because it has a lot to offer. And as the Vegas of China, you can bet that people are intending to go there in order to spend their money. So if you go there, be sure you have cash to burn. Number 8. Tokyo. Tokyo is the glorious, shining capital city of Japan, known for its fluorescent neon glow and futuristic architecture. Although you can travel the city on a budget, if you really know your Japanese, the usual tours are very expensive, especially during the holidays and cherry blossom season. In fact, a typical tour is $600 per day per person, which is honestly a bit insane when you think about it. And add to that your already pricey plane ticket, and you'll be spending a small fortune in the city. However, the attractions offered in Tokyo are truly one of a kind. In addition to viewing the Cherry Blossom Festival, you can grab some top-notch sushi to munch as you visit the Tokyo Tower, the Imperial Palace, and the famous Ginza District. There are also cultural and historical landmarks to view, like the statue of Hachiko, the Shibuya Scramble Crossing, said to be the busiest place in the world, and more. And that says nothing about all of the stores, cafes, vending machines, which literally are everywhere, and have anything that you could want within reason to go and check out and enjoy. Number 7. Hong Kong. The bustling harbor city of Hong Kong is usually an absolute joy to splurge your savings on during the holidays. Attraction tickets and souvenir prices aside, a day in Hong Kong will cost you about $340, making it a very pricey trip. However, this unique city is said to be worth every cent. Not only does it offer supreme views of Victoria Peak and beautiful night shows in the harbor, but you can also bring your whole family on a trip to Hong Kong Disneyland or Ocean Park as a treat. Plus, Hong Kong has a long and rich history that has been growing for years, both for better and for worse. So if you have the money to check it out, it would be a worthy experience for you. Number 6. Seoul. Korea is a country teeming with centuries-old tradition coupled with unique modern adaptations, and there is no better way to experience it at all than spending your holidays in the capital city of Seoul, South Korea. Without taking any outside spending, airplane tickets, and attractions into account, you'll be paying a base price of at least $230 a day with most tour groups. Within the city, you can tour the famous palace and museum, walk through the 600-year-old Bucheon Hanok village, and shop to your heart's content in Myeongdong. Plus, it's just a vibrant city that overshadows many other cities in the world, and that's saying something if we can be honest. Between its K-pop boom and the various foods that have been imported to the US, it's worth going to Seoul to see where it all began. Number 5. Osaka. When visiting Japan, people often get so caught up in Tokyo that they fail to appreciate the true extent of other cities such as Osaka. Osaka is actually an amazing technological metropolis all on its own, and features many aspects of Japan not found in Tokyo. However, the base cost for hotels and food is already $185 for each person every day. While this isn't as pricey as some of the other cities on this list, you can bet that it'll stack up real fast, especially after the airline ticket and the additional attractions and shopping. However, the city is worth every cent. featuring the Osaka Castle, Aquarium Kaiyuken, and even Universal Studios Japan for visitors of all ages to enjoy. So if you think that Tokyo is too big for you, then try out Osaka and enjoy that. Number 4. Beijing. The capital city of China has quite a lot to offer, and the price tag matches the city's awesome attractions. In fact, a 7-hour tour can cost as much as $140, with hotel prices and dining boosting the cost significantly. But if you want to experience true Chinese atmosphere, save your vacation days for early February, which is the Chinese New Year. Tiananmen Square, the Forbidden City, and the Olympic Stadium will all be festive, while the streets will be bustling with activities. If you're willing to fork over some cash, you'll be able to get a taste of the legendary Peking duck, seafood hot pot, and warm pork biscuits. This is just one of the pride and joys of China as a whole, and while the country isn't the most hospitable at times, it doesn't mean that you can't go and visit. Number 3. Dubai. The glitzy city of Dubai is definitely the most sought-after excursion spot in the United Arab Emirates, which is classified as part of the continent of Asia. For $250 to $700 per person, you'll be able to find lodging and food for just one day. Popular attractions in Dubai include the Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest tower, as well as the infamous Dubai Mall, equipped with an aquarium. During certain times of the year, there will also be festivals and light shows for the entire family to enjoy. You can also book a tour of Old Dubai to get the ultimate cultural experience at an additional fee. But the biggest and best thing about Dubai is the fact that they have gone and improved their city beyond what it was even 10 years ago. They are always building something, and thus you could go to the city multiple times and not see everything it has to offer, which obviously means more money spent, but in this case, it's worth it. Number 2. Tel Aviv. Israel's capital is the most technological metropolis in the whole city. Costs for hotels and cheap food range from $120 to $256 per person per day, although tours can increase the price by hundreds more. For some additional cash, you'll get a party on the wonderful beaches, tour the gorgeous old town of Jaffa, visit the Tel Aviv Museum of Art, and plenty more. The holidays are a perfect opportunity to enrich your understanding of Israeli culture and also sample some of the amazing cuisines. Obviously, Israel isn't the safest place always, as recent news has shown, but once it's quiet again, you might want to check it out. Number 1. Shanghai. Shanghai is one of the most important port cities in all of China, and the hub is also one of the most expensive places to live and vacation, especially if you're not familiar with the area. The prices for hotel and dining ranges from $100 to over $250 per person per day, if you skip out on the luxuries. To truly experience the city and all its fantastic features on your holiday, you'll dish out nearly 10 times that amount. In addition to touring the old streets of pre-modern Shanghai and the Oriental TV Tower, there are tons of unimaginable luxuries available for those who can afford them. One of the most popular high-end luxuries includes dining at Ultraviolet, a futuristic restaurant that uses walls made of screens in order to alter your perception of reality. Talk about a trippy experience. But it's worth it once you try it out, along with everything else that Shanghai has to offer you. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at the expensive getaways of the Asian continent and all that it has to offer? Are you surprised by some of the spots on this list that are indeed so expensive? Have you already been to some of these places in the past, or at the very least are intending to go to them in the future? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.